afternoon, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You are welcome to another episode of the Diaspora Global Panel. With me today, I have Anthony Eze from the United States, Good Unwa Okolo from Dublin, Ireland. I remain my humble self, Olakunle Lemboy. Today, we are going to talk about a topic that I think has actually, captivated the news cycle in Nigeria. It's about the growing list of the APC presidential aspirants. The list is growing on a daily basis with a lot of surprises. You see names that, I never thought about, like, Adam Oshiomole, because the last time I heard, he wanted to contest for a senatorial position, but he did a U-turn and decided to contest for the presidency. We also have, Senator Ibikunle Amosun, Governor Kayode Fayemi, and a lady, Barrister Uju Kennedy, who also joined the race. We also have Pastor Tunde Bakari, whom I am not actually surprised, about, because he had once mooted it. So those are my surprises. Let me just go to Tony. Maybe he has few surprises as well, that actually emerged, from the list of the aspirants that we have seen so far. Tony, over to you.
Kunle, it's nice having being around today. To me, there is no surprises. They are still the same 10 and 10 pence, as popular saying said. All of them are the same. Most of them are the old cabal that we are saying that enough is enough. But the recycling continues. The governor of the central bank, who we are told he joined the race, we are not too sure. That may be the only surprise I may kind of opt for. But the rest are the same group who have colonized Nigeria. Each election cycle, you see them come up. It turns out it's becoming a game of chess. They go and play the chess. Already they know the final result of what they have agreed upon. But the typical Nigerians watching the list will think this is something real. They are just pulling wool over our eyes. They know what they want. They have already bought Nigeria. They are the owners of Nigeria. They decide what they do with the rest of us.
Tony, that's a very interesting take. They are the owners of Nigeria, and they decide what they want to do to each and every one of us.
Great.
Anyway, let's move on to Jude. Jude, I displayed the list earlier. I'm sure you would have your take. What do you feel? Any surprises?
Sort of. In the fact that there are some names I cannot even know who they are. I've not heard about them at all in my life. I've not heard about some names like Ajayi Boniface, Emeka. Okay, I think I heard something about Emeka Majuba, Ben Ayade.
And, no, Ben Ayade, a governor.
Governor, yeah, well, but he's so silent. I wonder.
Ben Ayade has never been silent, actually. He has actually signified his intention long time ago.
Okay, right. Some there, anyway. I wonder, about 25 names I have here on the list, which I don't think I have enough time to mention most of them. But my take here is surprising because some look like they just want to come and try a luck and see if they can have a chance. What bothers me as well is why are they just thinking that is there any hidden agenda behind them declaring for this office? Probably it's a game. I don't know because 25 aspirants, mostly from the south, will actually know that it's only one candidate that will come out of what is going on, and everyone believes it's going to be there. It bothers me a lot because Nigerian politics is a little bit shady, and that is where I'm worried. We should have. I was expecting maybe maximum 5 candidates that should be declaring, but there are 25 of them. So I think there's something behind me. I think there's something behind them declaring, which I'm looking forward to find out why people are coming out, knowing fully well. Some of them know they don't win there. I don't know if they know, but from my own perspective, I think most of them should know that they don't have a chance, but they still have to pay 100 million to come out. Throw away 100 million like that. That means it gives me courage that I myself can as well raise 100 million and participate in the game and probably make a game out of it. Because this is Nigeria.
So you can raise 100 million. So why are you here?
All I'm thinking
Why
is
are you gallivanting with us?
no, I'm not saying that if people like that can raise 100 million and there's something behind it, probably I might have some friends who can say, let's do some business. Let's do some business here. Give me 100 million and probably I can get 200 million out of it and we can settle ourselves. Profit.
Yeah. You see, Tony, firstly, thank you, Jude. Firstly, I want to commend the APC on something. You know, the fund, is about 100 million naira. But they actually kind of reduced it for women aspirants. I think for women aspirants, it's 30 million naira. So for that, I want to, commend the APC for the fact that, you see, they are encouraging women. Okay. However, you see, knowing that majority of the youth class, you see, have been technically disqualified by the huge amount that the APC has imposed on the nomination form.
Mm-hmm.
You see, Tony, I am very worried. And you said something that I repeated. Okay, because the president has been saying that he would like to encourage the youth class to participate. Tony, how can the youth class participate in this current system where the presidential aspirant is supposed to raise 100 million naira? Over to you, Tony.
Yes, part of the worries of many of us is campaign funding. You are not just talking about the youth alone. Majority, about 80% of Nigerians are already disqualified. And come to think about it, if these people are really genuine in this political enterprise, the posts they are contesting for, I understand it's alleged that the annual salary of Nigerian president is about 60 million, if I'm correct.
Mm-hmm.
And for 4 years, they're going to run.
Mm.
That would be about around 56 million. So for your 4-year term, if you want to be a born-again president, you're only going to raise 56 million naira in 4 years. And you are prepared to apply for that job with 100 million. That tells the Western world that what we are doing over there is simply fraud. I don't care how people say they're using it to raise money for the party. But how can you and I apply for a job, probably where we stay, and for 4 years, we only raise 56 million. And then we are applying for that job, just the nomination paper. The person had not even been nominated for 100 million. Something must be very fishy that they are not sharing with the Nigerian public. Already, they have disenfranchised almost many Nigerians. Like I said, around 80%. So if you are saying what we run in Nigeria is the kind of democracy we run is government of the people, for the people and by the people, it doesn't make sense again. It's just a government run by very few for the interest of the few. So most of the noise we are making, we kind of just trying to voice our opinion. It's not going to change the scenario because already they've made up their mind what to do. We are crying of a lot of joblessness in the country. These people who are donating trillions, the youths are there jobless. Local government staff in most states are not paid. And yet, within this short period, people are raising 100 million naira as if we are talking about 100 naira. We are talking about millions. In the Western world, even if you go ahead and raise this kind of money, you're going to account to the tax authority how you use this money. But for Nigerian case, they make announcements. At the end of the day, they do things they are doing on their own way, and nobody can stop them. So let's play our part, expose what we think is wrong, and pray that Nigerians will be active in asking questions. And to us, if the EFCC are interrogating young Nigerians or middle Nigerians that are making a living, how they get their money. I think this time around, they have a lot of jobs at their hand. All these people who are raising 100 million, ESC should find out who are these ghost donors. What is the source of their income? We are not even seeing churches where pastors are going to raise 100 million. We know most of them are rich, they have private jets, but the masses who are following them, they need to show example. We will be happy, some of the pastors involved in this present dispensation, to show example, to announce to Nigerians how they got this money, so that others aspiring for this post can learn something from them. But if they join the bandwagon, I don't see the moral latitude they have to stand in the pulpit and preach to their congregation again about ill-gotten wealth. We need example. Gone, we are tired of preaching. Show us an example.
Thank you, Tony. You see, I want to echo the same. We need transparency. And I believe that the lives or the like of Pastor Tunde Bakari should lead by example to tell us how he raised the 100 million. I know that he is rich, probably worth more than 100 million, but it's always good for us to know, for the public to know, how did you raise the 100 million? I heard that, I read it actually, that Godwin Emefiele, the CBN governor, is also joining the presidential race. And I think the Association of Farmers or whatever, one association that has to do with farming or whatever, raised the 100 million for him. So I think it's high time for us to know how this association came about, raising the 100 million. Did they have like a kind of, how did they meet and decide that, okay, this is the candidate we want to support, this is the candidate you want to raise money for? What was the yardstick? How many members, okay, do they have? How many members voted for that decision? You see, those are the things we need, to actually, ensure that we have, transparency in our electoral process. And I want to say something regarding what you said, that you are paying 100 million for a job that pays 60 million. I think I quickly Googled while you were talking, Tony. President Muhammadu Buhari, there was a report, 1st of April 2020, that came out in the Guardian. You see, Guardian is a reputable, newspaper. They said President Muhammadu Buhari is receiving 14 million naira annually.
Okay.
So, and I think he took a pay cut actually. So I think his salary was around 30 million or so. And I think he took 50% pay cut. But his salary, let's even say 30 million, and you are paying 100 million for the nomination. I think that we need transparency in our electoral process. And I would like to ask Jude. Firstly, I want you to comment on the fact that the APC actually pegged the nomination fund, the cost, to 30 million for female aspirants, and how this is going to affect how the cost of this nomination fund, the 100 million, okay, is going to affect the youth class. I'm not sure whether there is also a program for the youth class. Okay, we will clarify, you see, if there is. But the information we have now is that most of the aspirants are paying 100 million, except females, that are paying 30 million. So Jude, so please kindly comment as well on the fact that they are paying 100 million for a job that pays maybe between 15 or 14 to 30 million. What is the rationale behind this?
Thank you. Yes, it's a good observation we have brought in here, because it makes no sense. I'll start with 30 million for the ladies.
Jude is frozen.
I think Jude is frozen. So yeah, Jude is back.
Okay.
Yeah, 30 million for a lady to take part. For a lady to take part looks, it's not, if you look about 30 million, we're talking about 70,000 US dollars. For just to come out for contesting for such a position in APC. I wonder how they based on Nigerian income and how much they earn in Nigeria and how businesses are run in Nigeria, how do they equate? How do they come to equate that kind of money to impose it on a lady to pay for aspiring for that position? It makes no sense. It is quite high at the high price. I mean, if APC want to raise money, it shouldn't be through nominees. It shouldn't be through this process by asking people who want to take part in election to start covering that money. By the way, before we talk about the 100 million, have they checked contestants' taxes, how much they've contributed to the country for the last 4 or 5 years? How much tax they have paid? That would have been the prerequisite for them to come out for this position. We want to see your tax. We want to aspirants to show us their tax book, what they have done for the last 5 years, rather than saying pay. That would be that should be where they come from. Okay, someone who is going to pay 30 million, probably going to borrow the money or trying to ask friends to give him money, and the friends are raising money. You don't even know where the money comes from, and they just pay, and it's somebody coming. they don't scrutinize the candidates if they are eligible Nigerians, if they contribute to the system?
Jude, I think they do that. That is part of the screening process.
Okay, right.
They do it at the party level and also the INEC level.
Good. If they do that, that has answered my question.
But the requirement is just to show that you pay taxes.
You pay taxes.
But I would say that your suggestion makes sense. Right. That we should also know what they have contributed. Are they even paid up to the 100 million?
Yeah, okay, like I said to you earlier on,
the nomination form, have they paid up to that amount in taxes in their lifetime? You know, right. Those are the questions that we need to ask. Continue.
Yeah, like I said in my opening statement, I said I can as well ask some friends to give me 100 million. To take
I doubt.
No, why I said this is that if that's the only prerequisite for you to become president of Nigeria, people can, get money from any part, anywhere, and come in and say, okay, I want to contest. Is that enough for us to actually come to this kind of level where we are looking for people who will come to save the country? 30 million is too high.
And you are now disqualifying them.
30 million is too high. Is too high for a female.
Jude, let me just correct myself. The APC, okay, I just read the news on April 20, 2022, that the APC slashed the cost of the nomination form for the youth class by 50%. And it was as a result of the agitation by the youth class, especially the youth class from the middle belt. They were like, no, this is too much, slash it. And the APC obliged, they slashed by 50%. So 50 million naira for the youth class. And I must say, to me, that is still too much because I cannot contest for the presidency of Nigeria. So
50 million naira is talking about $140,000. I mean, how do you expect a youth? We're talking about youth of probably age of 40, no more than 40, 45, even 50. Where are they going to raise 50 million to come to go to this process? Not knowing fully where they are going to meet the giants there. People like Tinubu, people like who are there, who have been there, people like Osinbajo are there competing with them. Tell me the confidence they will have, even if they have the money if they want to source for the money. What is confidence that they will get this money back? What is the confidence that the money will not going to be to the bin? And if they actually succeed in this, getting the money, so when they come in, they're going to please people who give them money. They have to start giving contracts to please people who raise money for them, and that's where corruption starts from. This thing. Aspirants should be done by merit rather than by paying money. It should be your contribution to the country, to the APC. Let us see your value, what you have done. That should be the criteria, not money. It would have been a process whereby the APC say, okay, probably they don't have money. They look for how to approach the government to give them money, and the nominees should be done like, very small money. Someone should commit a little amount of money so that anyone can compete with Tinubu, anyone can compete with Osinbajo, anyone can compete with Omefiele, irrespective of what caliber he is, and let the people make their choice. So money has stopped innocent people, qualified people from coming out. That's why we are in this same shit. 100 million, 30 million, 50 million is not the issue, is not what should lead Nigeria forward. The president himself says he wants the youth to come in to contest. How would they come in? You didn't give them the green light to come in. You only said it by words. Probably somebody wrote the statement for the president to just say, which he didn't. He just read it. He didn't know what he's talking about. So he's just reading what they wrote for him because he didn't follow it with actions. If he has, as he said it, would have seen the action during this time, but he didn't follow it with that. So that means it was a written statement given to him to read out to the public. I mean, they don't know what they're doing, and we are lost. Nigeria is going to be lost forever until we correct these anomalies.
Thank you. Yeah, I share most of your points, actually. And we have on the screen, the list of the presidential aspirants that have come out so far. We pulled this list from Daily Post, on May 5. They published this on May 5, and the publisher was Yemi Balogun, or the writer, Yemi Balogun. And as we can see, the Minister of State for Education has joined the race. The Gawa State Governor, Abubakar Baduru, joined Ebonyi State Governor, Kogi State Governor, the national leader of APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Senator Charles Okorocha, former Imo State Governor, Vice President Yemi Oshibajo, Pastor Tunde Bakare, then Rotimi Ameche, current Minister of Transportation, former State Senate President Ken Unamani, and Ekiti State Governor Dr. Kaode Fayemi, Benga Olawepo Kashin is a business mogul. Then former Governor of Ogun State, Senator Ibikunle Amosun, former APC Chairman Adansu Shiomole, Minister of Niger Delta Gospel Akpabio, former House Speaker Dimeji Bankole, the Senate President Dr. Ahmed Lawan, Governor of Cross River State Ben Ayade, Ikechukwu Dallas Chima, Usman Uwu, Mr. Tim Jack Rich, Adamu Garuba, and the female presidential aspirant, Uju Kennedy or Annie. And the news broke yesterday that the current governor of CBN, Godwin Emefiele, has also joined the race. But we have not confirmed this. We don't know if it is true, because we saw a couple of news flying around recently this morning that he has denied it. We are not sure if this is true or not. So we are unsure. Now to Tony. You see, people believe that the most equitable thing to do is for us to have, a president, of Eastern extraction, president coming from the Southeast, specifically the Igbos. That is what everybody has been clamoring for. And if we see this list, the list that that we publish, you will see that we have so many names that are not from the Igbo community. And as I'm suspecting that the APC mightn't be, a party that would see the emergence of an Igbo president. Tony, are you nursing this fear as well? Over to you, Tony.
Thank you, Kunle. Like we always say, this is a group of people that decide our fate, whether we like it or not. But if you listen to current news going around, APC having zoned the chairmanship of the party and some other posts to the north, has most of the commentators from the north has indicated the acceptance of the party direction that the presidency should be zoned to the south. But they are trying to be so technical about it. They didn't say zone to southeast or south-south, but to the south. Invariably, they are trying to leave the fight open for both the southwest and the southeast. Our concern is that when you look at what is going on, the party appears to have a candidate in mind. But along the line, they will keep on deceiving us whether they zone to the south or southeast. At this material time, nobody is sure. But my comments are based on what I listened to some political gladiators from the north. They are pointing really to the south. Now, if you look at the way it's going, every person is jumping from all news and crony of the south. Mm-hmm. And we all know if you go back to history, if you check some of your current ministers, some of them in 2015 vied for the presidency. So this is job searching. Some of them at the end of the day, they will be settled. Step down syndrome. You're going to pay a lot of money for them to step down. Those who are not compensated with physical cash, they'll be compensated with ministerial posts. And this is where we are having the issue. All these people juggling around, they get all this nomination money in case it comes from them. When they get into the office, the first assignment is how to pay back what they have borrowed. And at the end of the day, we're going to be faced with the usual abandoned contract. Most of them will openly tell you that what do you want me to achieve when I'm not paid the money I borrowed for this election. So in the case of Southeast, we are hoping, because now the game is on. Those who said they prefer presidential candidate of Igbo extraction, game is on now, where some people are trying to clarify which one are the Igbos and which one are the South Side and which one is, they give a blanket description of the Southeast, which to them, South is Igbo. Cross River, Akwa Ibom is Igbo. No, this is a game. And all we are saying is that...
Tony, can I just ask it? Because this is a very sensitive angle that I think you are coming from. Because I hear it a lot from the Southwest, that everybody will just say, oh, Southwest has been having presidential, president and head of state, that Southwest has been having. And we know that most of them have come from Ogun State. You see, Lagos have not had. We have the list: Lagos, Oyo, Osun, Ekiti, Ondo, Kogi. They have not had any chance, at the presidential slot. Whereas in the Southeast as well, we have had Ebele Goodluck Jonathan. So what I have heard, that some, people in the Southwest or even the people in the North, what they are saying is that, listen, when we start saying that because Southeast, we are divided into whatever, so we want Igbo, it's like trying to outsmart others. So what do you have to say to those thinking like that? Because the people of Ekiti can wake up one day and say that, listen, we have not had that chance. Why are you saying that we are? Because some people are even saying, because I know that my friend Jude has questioned it so many times, that Goodluck Ebele Jonathan is an Igbo man. A lot of people have said that. So if you can just clarify it for our viewers. Why they should not use the same measure to discuss the dynamics of the Southeast. Thank you.
Thank you for the observation. I've stayed in Yoruba land for a couple of years before I traveled abroad. And when you say Yoruba race, you have contiguous area called Yoruba land. In the Southeast, we are not privileged like the Yorubas to have 3, 4, 5, 6 states that are purely Yoruba states. In the East, a lot of Nigerians, most travel abroad to America, to Western world, but they have not crossed the River Niger to know the geography of the East. The typical Southwesterner, Benin is Igbo land. Cross River is Igbo land. Port Harcourt is Igbo land. The geographical location called Igbo land is less than the size of Kogi State. These are the Igbos. We have other Igbos who from maybe for business and historical reason migrated to other areas that are not called Igbos. So why the Yorubas are not agitating, Yoruba is one because they are a contiguous geographical location called the Yorubas. Igbos are not like that. So, and those people who are questioning the rationale do not want to question the rationale why Obasanjo was handpicked during the Abiola saga to compensate the Yorubas. Ekiti man did not complain. Oyo State did not complain because they have one Yoruba race.
Not Obasanjo alone. We have NS Shoneko as well.
Okay.
Who
That's
led
what I'm
the
saying.
transitional. It's also
Exactly.
from Ogun State, Abeokuta.
So those who are bringing all this thing are political game. They know the truth, but they are running away from the truth for their own political, personal end.
And the same way the North Central are saying, listen,
even the North Central,
we have not produced even the VP, the president ever. So why is it that
this is a political game? Why did North Central and Northeast, why did not complain when Obasanjo, Shoneko, and the rest were picked from the Southwest?
No, there is no rest. Just Obasanjo and Shoneko.
Okay, so what I'm saying is that this is a political propaganda. You understand? They know the truth. Yes. It has gone viral that we need people of Igbo extraction. That is basic truth. And somebody who is not geographically sound to know the area called Igbo land need to check it up in the map of Nigeria. So that this game has been on. Each time you mention this idea of compensating people who have been injured, who have been marginalized for years, people will keep on coming with some game. Now, some people, including the Northerners, are backing the former president, Ebele Jonathan, to come back. Their game plan, they know, is as if power rotates from the north and south. Ebele Jonathan has already gone for about his own 4 years, and they want to complete
6 years.
Correct. So some people are now rooting because of their divide and rule to pick Jonathan, and these are those who are pushing him, and mainly the Northerners. They want him to come back. Probably they support him to win election. He runs the remaining 4 years left in his own calendar, and the power will move back to the north. They will take another 8 years. So they should not play game and decide for Igbos who are the Igbos. We have our brothers even up to Delta State. We have our brothers. Sometimes some of them are in the Niger Delta. We have some of our brothers. It's just like I said in Oyo State for 20 years. I can call Oyo State my second home. But that does not mean that if I'm living there, you say because I'm living there, I am a core Yoruba. And then if I run for presidency, I will represent Oyo State. They will not allow me. You understand? So these are political games. Right-thinking people know that this is time to make peace in Nigeria. If you can pacify those who have been hurt, at the end of the day, if you decide not to rotate again, good luck. But compensate people, because we cannot be continuously punished for Biafran war. Biafran war has ended. Go and say the no victor, no vanquish. Why must we continue to suffer for the sins of the civil war? And nobody talks until the election is on. That's when they decide to define for us who is an Igbo man. That is odd. And we hope that the true right-thinking Nigerians will vote. And the most important thing, we need to urge our people. Most of our people are sitting on the fence. If you want people of your choice to come in, go and register for a political party. If you go up north, the people you think they are not well informed, all of them belong to a political party. Down here in the south, oftentimes people don't care. And then you want your own person to win, Who gonna decide for you? If you don't want to belong to any political party, the Northerners will control Nigeria for the rest of forever because they understand the game. They belong to the parties. They go and get their car renewed, waiting for the election. They go and vote. And you are the fence, you are sitting on the fence looking for Igbo extraction. You don't belong to any political party. You don't vote. Who gonna vote in the
You are
Igbo
saying
man?
IPOP.
Yes. You think probably you gonna, this is not a military regime where you want to bring an Igbo man by force. Play by the game.
Yes.
Belong to a political party.
Thank you.
Go and vote and defend your votes.
Thank you, Tony. I think we have to have a topic, a program, a separate program on this topic.
Okay.
Honestly.
You are welcome.
And on the program, let's just give our viewers, you see, what they should be expecting. I would be the devil's advocate, you know, on the show we are going to have to discuss this sensitive issue. Because there are so many questions burning that I've heard. You know, we will try and bring the views of others, you know, the north central, the west, the southwest. We try and bring the views together. And we know that we have an expert in the house that will do justice to that topic. So, Tony, maybe it's going to be our next show.
No problem.
Let's see.
Okay.
Now, we are nearing the end of today's program. What I would like us to do, if time permits us, is that let's do some discerning. Let us discern. Because, you know, the list of presidential aspirants in APC just skyrocketed. You know, within a couple of days, everybody just started joining. You know, is it an indication of something? Because I have my thoughts. You know, I've been battling with a couple of analyses, as in, are these people serious? Because I'm thinking, who's just going to take 100 million and just say, take, you know? And it is quite obvious that they may not have, you see, any chance of ever winning the APC, you know, candidacy. So I'm just thinking that if you can share what you are thinking, why do you think these people are just bringing out the money? They are donating to a common cause. Is it that there is an agreement underneath that all of them, they are not really divided, but they are giving us the impression that they are divided? We know that when Kyle Fayemi declared, Governor Ibikunle Amosu went and he held Fayemi's picture. When Governor Ibikunle Amosu also did this declaration, Kyle Fayemi went, and I listened to him. He made a long speech. What is happening? Is this a game? Jude, over to you before Tony takes it.
Dr. Kule, it's a game. Money game and securing for position. These are the two games. Business, 100 million, you buy me out for 200 million. Or you give me a minister of petroleum, minister of finance when you come in. And my followers, I'll sign them to you. That's what they're doing. So if you have like 1,000, 2,000 followers backing off under you, you just tell them, no, go for this guy, this who are not support for. And when I come in as the president, I make you the minister of finance. Or I settle you with 500 million and you bow down. It's business. That's what they're doing here. And that's why Nigeria will not progress. Most of them know this. It's not what we're just saying. It's just the game. It's just the game plan. And there are people who are willing, who are there, who can pay any amount you want them to pay for you to surrender. There are people who want to take this election as do or die affairs, either they become the president or not. They will die for become a president of the country, and they are ready to pay any amount of money you offer at the table. That's what is happening. And they are politicians. They know the game, and they have to play it. It's a business. So the parties who is suffering all this, we Nigerians are suffering all this, because we are going to suffer this for another 8 years. Bad regime coming in, embezzlement, fraud, money stolen. Nigeria remain the same way it is now. It's going to escalate. We, the ordinary people, are going to suffer it. Our brothers who are there in Nigeria will suffer it more, because we can decide not to go to Nigeria. For myself, I can decide not to come to Nigeria anymore, because Nigeria is not a country I take in honor anymore. And those who are there in Nigeria will suffer it for another 8 years. And that's why we are calling that we should shine our eyes. Nigerians should shine their eyes this election and make sure they don't deceive them. We are only here to make noise, to let them know what's happening. And that's why I'm making the noise, for them to hear. This is the only thing I have to contribute to my country. I have to keep on saying it, that this is the game. Nigeria will continue to be like this. While Ghana is going up, we are coming down. That's it.
Thank you. Tony, yes. What do you have to say?
I concur with Jude. In summary, you have immediate goal, because this business, immediate goal is step down syndrome. That's the kind of thing I'll call it, whereby at the appropriate time, some people, depending on the kind of followership they have, will be asked to step down, and they will be paid immediately for stepping down. Then the long-term goal will be political appointment. In terms of the success of the election or performance, just rewind back to 2015. The same damn promises they made in 2015, that's what they're going to make to Nigerians. And then assess what they promised in 2015, and this time when they are trying to leave office, you give the result how they have performed. These people who are coming in, you did not import them from Australia or from Britain. They are the same old people who you dealt with in 2015 that are back. You see, what we are saying is just like Igbo proverb, that when you see the mother chicken making noise about attack, it's not that the attacker will not come back and pick the chicken, but it's just to make noise for people to know I'm turning to the sky, because the thing that kill me and my children comes from the sky. That's exactly what people are making noise. You cannot stop, because this is a grand design. It has been going on and on, but they have not had opposition or revolution. Ghana is stable now. We don't propose Ghanaian formula, because we are a bigger country than Ghana. Otherwise, what Ghana did is what we required. Clear the old brigade, let them go on vacation. You don't have a local.
So that is different from what Ghana did.
No, check Ghanaian history.
We can retire. We can say, guys, retire.
Yeah, that I'm saying, that we
can. A different way.
Ghana retired them by force, by fire.
No. We don't want that kind of force, because we don't even have a credible army to implement anything. What you have in the army now, like Boko Haram. So if you make any noise, they will not only go, they will go after every Nigerian. So nobody will ever propose that. But we are just putting our faith in God. And then when we are putting our faith in God, we should remember we are the hands and the legs and the mouth of God. Don't go to one place fasting for 7 days, 21 days, because you want miracle in governance. come out and be part of that miracle. The churches should stop deceiving Nigeria. Fasting, prayer. We must fast and pray.
Yes.
But why we are doing that, because we are not doing God a favor. That's what He demanded of us.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, when they are voting, you are fasting, you don't want to go and vote. When they are registering for anything, you don't go, you are fasting. You are part of the problem we have in Nigeria, because you continue sitting on the fence and expecting the ghost to go and vote for you, expecting the ghost to come and become a party member. No, be part of the change. You have to be part of the change, leaders. Start from your local government, get involved at the grassroots, because those who are creating problems today are from the grassroots. Some of them at the grassroots are not even educated. And they are the people who organize these votes at the grassroots, that when they tip them with few naira, they will organize the voting to the highest bidder. We need to get involved, because if we continue sitting on the fence, don't complain, because we are part of the problem.
Thank you. Thank you, Tony. Yeah, I have my own opinion and what I think is happening. You see, I think that the powers that be already know who the president or who they are going to give the candidacy to. I think that has been settled. And I think the money that everybody is contributing is going to go towards the main election between the APC and the PDP and other parties. That is my own opinion. I think the powers that be, the powerful people, the powerful bloc, they already know. And the president has probably signaled whom he is going to support. So all of them are just coming out saying, oh, we want to contest, majorly to contribute to the APC's, pause, to ensure that the party is well funded, to be able to face the gigantic battle between the party and the PDP. That is my take. We have come to the end of today's program. But before we go, please, we want to just let our viewers, we want to give an update on the news that came about, you see, last week, the discussion last week. And we mentioned the aide of the governor of Ogun State, Governor Dapo Abiodun, who was arrested in the United States for credit card forgery, and fraud. You see, not for credit card forgery and fraud, but for fraud relating to the COVID-19 pandemic, relief benefits and whatever. He committed a benefit fraud. And the news emerging is that this guy has pleaded guilty. Because I know that last week, Tony was trying to confirm if the guy had pleaded guilty or was found guilty. And I said I didn't know. The information I knew then was that this guy was attending the court. But news emerged, I think Monday, Tuesday of this week, that he has pleaded guilty to these charges. So he committed it. This is just for our viewers to give our viewers an update. Yes, we have come to the end of today's program. We want to say a big thank you to Jude Nwa Okolo from Dublin for finding time out of no time to join us. We know the sacrifices that you have been making to ensure that we have this program. Tony, I would like to say a big, big thank you as well. I'm privileged to know about your busy schedule. I know that you are a very busy man. And I want to appreciate your passion, for our country, Nigeria. And I pray that your heart desire regarding our country shall come to pass in the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen. Thank you.
Yeah, I would like to say a big thank you to our audience as well for joining us and for listening to us, finding time out of their precious time, to be with us, to watch us on YouTube, watch us on Facebook. I want to say a big, big thank you to you. Please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. And I would like to say thank you and God bless. I remain my humble self, Olakunle Lemboe. See you again next week.